Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the install on an S30 steering rack. Let's get right into it. Here's a quick little B-roll and let's go over features. So this is a brand new steering rack. Construction has an aluminum body and entire steel construction inside and outside besides the housing itself. Now you'll notice a few things. This comes with new boots, new inner tie rods, and new hardware, and new everything. Now the biggest difference here is going to be all new internals, which will help slide and keep things nice and tight. It will not be all loose and goosey like your old one.
That's what she said.
It will come with new bushings, both for the right and the left side, or driver and passenger if you prefer, and they will be included with the steering rack. It will have new inner tie rods, but note that these will be only right hand threaded. The factory ones would have right hand one side, left hand the other ones. These ones are only right hand. So if you're installing new outer tie rods or you're planning to buy them from us, make sure you order them as right hand thread on both sides. And if you're one of the lucky individuals to have our S30 crossmember, this is how you would install our rack to our crossmember. First, you're going to put the bump steer shims. Now, as we covered in the S30 crossmember video, they're not necessary, but do help with bump steer. On top of that, you're going to toss the lower billet aluminum rack clamps. And as I said before, gosh, they are very pretty. Next, you're going to put on the new steering rack that you purchased. Slap that right on there, replacing the OEM ones. Now, this is going to be if you're running the OEM upper rack clamps. You'll notice that we provide these longer metric bolts that pretty much just bolt right from the underside through our crossmember. Now that's only there for if you're running the factory rack clamps. Now if you're going to be running our billet aluminum upper rack clamps with the purchased billet aluminum upper rack clamps from Apex Engineered, you will also be getting the 3/8 socket bolts, the 3/8 washers, and the 3/8 nuts that would go as installed on shown. For more detailed installation, check out our video on the upper rack clamp install, but this would pretty much go the same way as that. Obviously, you're going to be using the Allen wrench and the socket to tighten them down, and the torque specs are going to be on the upper rack clamp video. It is a bolt-on ordeal. The splines are still the same as the factory, and they have the notch for the bolt that goes through it. You can install this on the factory crossmember or our crossmember, and they do also work with the factory upper and lower rack clamps, or you can purchase ours. But yeah, besides that, the steering rack side of things is as bolt-on as you can have it. Just simply unbolt your coupler down here, remove your upper and lower rack clamps, undo your tie rods, and replace it with our new steering rack. Put on the upper rack clamps, whether they're factory or ours, install the coupler, and install your inner tie rods. One thing to note is that this steering rack is of a 260/280Z ratio. We did that because our steering knuckles are already 10 millimeters and 30 millimeters shorter than factory, and thus are having a quicker ratio, and adding a 240Z steering rack on top of the quick steering knuckles tends to be too sporadic at high speed. So we kept the steering rack at a 280Z ratio. And that's about all we got. Now sit back and enjoy your brand new steering rack, and don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on socials.